Hi, Paul Slackers, Good News Planet. I'm here with Angela Chow. Hi, Angela. How are you?
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Okay, here is the big awardee, an honoree tonight here, the Pinnacle Award. Is that right? For we're at a 50 of the leading Asian Americans. We're at Cipriani's in Wall Street area. And the Asian American community has grown and is doing extremely well. Yeah. And you have you're a CEO, I believe, and maybe chairperson of the Foremost Corporation, is that right?
Foremost Group, that's right.
Foremost Group, okay. What is the Foremost Group?
So we're
and welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And thank you for covering this event, because it really is a wonderful event highlighting all the contributions that Asian Americans make in our society. Your question about Foremost Group, we're an American shipping company that manages a very modern and eco-friendly fleet that trades the dry bulk commodities of the world, and we're one of the most eco-friendly and environmentally fleets in the world.
Okay, we like that a lot. Logistics, I think, is a little bit of the word that your fleets all use. Moving something from some place to another place. So is that meaning that you take some shoes that have been created in Brooklyn, New York, and you bring them to all around the world? Or does that mean you have some shoes that are in China and you take them and you bring them to Brooklyn, New York?
Actually, we don't bring shoes. We actually bring the major dry bulk commodities. So we do things like grains, a lot of grains out of New Orleans and the U.S. Gulf, just going all over the world.
Bad example I made. No.
Not at all, because we are the breadbasket of the world. And we carry a lot of grains, soybeans, wheats, iron ore. So that's our main dry bulk commodities.
We do make a lot of agricultural products, correct?
Yes.
In fact, I just had a friend who's moving here from San Francisco, and he's going to drive across country. So I told him in the Midwest to take a whole bunch of corn and bring it here. So our country is not all on the sea, let's say.
Yes.
Right? So we have this Midwest, and we have a lot of corn in the Midwest, and if we wanted to move that corn, is corn a good example?
It is definitely one example. So 90% of world trade is seaborne, which is actually an astounding statistic when you think about it. And what we do is that we own and manage the ships. So we always invest in the newest technologies, making sure that they are the most, again, environmentally friendly, lowest consumption, modern, young, wonderful fleet. And then we charter them out to people like the Cargills and the Bungys of the world, and they decide where the ship goes and what she's going to pick up and where she discharges. So we don't control either the cargoes or the ports. We just control and maintain the ships.
Okay. Do you make the ships? Do you
No.
build the ships?
No.
You buy the ships?
Yes.
And you buy the ships from different places all around the world?
That's right.
Uh-huh. Okay, this is really good. So you're very environmentally minded. I hear that. So
we
does
want to
that
be on the
mean
right side of history.
the ships that you get are in essence as fuel efficient as they could potentially be at this time?
Yes. We invest both in the ship hull form design to ensure that it is the most eco-friendly, as well as adding on new technologies on board.
Wow, this is good. We followed a gentleman, a buddy of mine. He went around the world for 1,132 days on a ship, the little 70-foot schooner, reached Stowe, and broke the world's record. And so he went out with a sail.
That's very impressive.
Well, it was. He broke the world's record, because usually people don't go out that long, never touching the land. And so, ships and water, we actually do a show called The Water Hour, of which I'm going to make this part of our Water Hour series, because water really is the sustainable for life, right? Mm-hmm. And what you're saying actually is that it's sustainable for the health of Mother Earth and the people on Mother Earth because of so much transportation. Is that right?
Absolutely. And we are the most environmentally friendly mode of transportation. We're far more environmentally friendly than air and rail, for instance.
Uh-huh. So as an Asian American, was this a family's business, or how did it all begin for you?
This was a family business. My parents started this business in 1964.
Wow. And what part of the country did you grow up in?
I grew up in New York. I'm a New Yorker.
A New Yorker, and so...
and you too, yes?
Is, I sort of sound that way.
No, we're in New York.
Yes, I'm from Tarrytown, New York. I grew up in Westchester County.
I grew up in Westchester as well.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, which town were you in?
I was in Harrison.
Oh, okay. It's very beautiful there. I was just over there with my daughter. She lives in Mamaroneck.
Tarrytown, Mamaroneck, all beautiful places.
Yeah, it's very nice. Harrison's a great, got that beautiful country club over there, and so on and so forth. So, and you have Playland. Come on. So it's all good. So let me ask then. And I've been actually in the Asian market for over 30 years. And the Chinese put me in business over 30 years ago. I represented almost everything in this country that was Asian and or Chinese. And I brought many things into China, rock and roll music and blah, 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 lots of different things. But in that process of all that, how do you feel that the Asian Americans' representation and growth here in America, since you are, I guess, really an official Asian American, how do you feel about that? And how do you feel about a night like tonight?
I think a night like tonight is just wonderful. It highlights all the contributions, not all of the contributions, but so many contributions that so many people are making. I mean, the fact that they can come up with 50 people every year in and year out, new people that are coming into business and making contributions. And this is just one slice of society, right? This is just the business society, the business slice. So I think it's incredibly exciting, and I think it's not only wonderful to highlight in order to recognize these wonderful people, but it's also important to encourage other people, and especially to let the young people see and be encouraged by the fact that they too can make a difference.
All right, I'm going to ask you two last questions. One is, what is good news for you? In any aspect of your life, what would that be?
Oh, good news is when people around me are happy.
We love that. And our last question, we're very involved with peace, the International Day of Peace, which is September 21st. 193 countries agreed to a day of peace in the United Nations. And I've asked thousands of people, what does peace mean to them, or what does peace mean to you?
Oh, peace means when everyone's getting along.
That's beautiful. Nothing more than that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very, very much for being here and for taking the time to interview me.
Okay, my joy, my honor. Thank you.